Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Raw's about to start, but I want to talk about this. So, this is some wrestling news. So, AEW and Smackdown, they got their viewership. People complain that, AEW is not a good night for Fridays. Well, guess what, people? For their AEW Rampage show, they actually got the high viewership that people say, like, they can't bring them. See, it's Friday night's not good for them, the time, blah, blah, blah. So, to prove that that's bullshit, because you know how people are complaining that Dynamite on Friday nights, that's bad for them, and blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? So Rampage got a 1,129,000 viewership. Alright? Apparently it results to 1.13. Not 1. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, it resulted in a 1.13 million viewership. And SmackDown got a 2.1 million. So, for people say that, Dynamite can't be at 10 p.m. on a Friday, it's bad for them. Well, guess what, boys? They got it. And I guess, first of all, I'm not defending that this is a good viewership. Because, again, in the world of wrestling, that's not good. That's not good. Because, again, but yeah, after people celebrate, they hit 1 million. Like, that's not good. But I guess good for AEW since this is their, their second show of their new show. This is the second show of the new show. And good on them. But the reason why, again, I'm talking about this is because people are complaining that, Dynamite it's not good viewership. And they were even saying that it's not good viewership. Again, it's not good viewership. It's not necessarily good viewership because, again, if you're getting 1 million viewership, that's nothing to brag about. Because, again, you make fun of fucking Raw or SmackDown for getting low viewership like this. Like, there's literally fans that would crap on. And again, me including, that if Raw and SmackDown get low ones, that's not good. But again, we celebrate AEW for getting 1 ratings. But again, when they go on to prove they can get fucking 1 million viewership. And that's what people will celebrate, apparently. Like, good on AEW, guess good on the fans. And yes, you could say it's because of Punk. But yes, CM Punk obviously is one of the biggest indie stars, this biggest star. He was in WWE, and this was his first time returning to wrestling. Obviously, to get the viewership. He's going to help the viewership look for AEW because, he is CM Punk. He became somewhat, I'm not saying he's the biggest draw. He's not obviously a draw as a Rock or Cena. But he is definitely a draw in the eyes of indie fans, which is why a lot of fans, even fucking fans who watch, really, the reason, fucking CM Punk really was, is viewed as a star is really because of, the fans that, the indie fans that watched him, and not just that, the WWE fans that also watched him too, the most likely, the fans who watched during the PG era, and even just fucking fans who actually did like Punk, but, I wouldn't even necessarily call him overrated, obviously me, I would watch it, again, I am interested in what was going to happen, so there you go. And again, I'm not hating on Punk, but again, the guy could be overrated, but you know what, you can't deny, that's, he is a draw, but, not a draw in terms of, he's a draw like an Oz, but, he's a draw in terms of the smarky wrestling fans. So, there you go. I'm not hating on Punk, though, but, compared to everybody in AEW, he is a draw. And he actually looks more like a wrestler than these guys. He's a skinny fuck now. Even I didn't like the promo. I thought the promo was underwhelming. But hey, it is what it is. So in this case, it is good for AEW. But will it be long term? I don't think so. Because again, sure, he's back now. And again, that did help AEW. But let's be honest here. Kind of the interest is gone now since he's back. Let's see if he can maintain. Sure, obviously the fucking AEW fans gonna see him as a big draw, blah blah blah. But the reality is, let's see if it's long. Is it big enough? Because again, like you have to point out, like, even though I like Punk, the guy is really not that big a draw if you look at WWE. Sure, maybe in terms of AEW this will help them a little bit, but I don't think in the long run, because again it's just one guy compared to a lot of wrestlers now. Because, and also again, what we have to point out, apparently it's also statistically proven, apparently the rating did fall once CM Punk was no longer on television. When the CM Punk shit was over, apparently there was a big drop. Like, they lost half their viewership. And given, yes, this was an hour-long show, it did help the viewership better. It was an hour long. If it was 2 hours, maybe they wouldn't have gotten 1 million. Maybe it would have been averaged to like 900 something, 800, maybe like, the 100,000 numbers. But obviously that being an hour and CM Punk being on the first 10, 20 minutes, it really did help them. So that's something. But again, let's talk about. But again, for people who complain that AEW can't get a million word of fuck, it's a bad night. No, it's not a bad night, people. It's all about the content. And having CM Punk there did help because it got people interested. But in the end of the day, will it help and maybe not? We'll see if it will happen in the long run. But the reality is, people, for the AEW fans' arguments that AEW's a bad night to have a 10 o'clock a Friday, blah blah blah. Guess what? That argument has been fucking ruined. They can get 1 million as long as it's all about the content. But here's the thing: they lost apparently a lot of their viewership when Punk left. So when Punk fucking was no longer on television. So let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Overall, good on AEW and fans. I hope they're happy. But the reality is, for you people that are celebrating, but hey, they can't get 1 million. Well, guess what? That argument debunked. Alright, guys. Till next time. Peace. Yeah, bye. And also good for SmackDown, I guess. But again, that's expected. SmackDown is going to get that kind of rating now because that's just how SmackDown is, I guess. But it is what it is. It would have been better. Again, to celebrate that they get a 2 now, it's fucking sad. Because back in the day, wrestling would get more viewership, like 3s and 4s and shit. Back in the day, people would celebrate the 7s. Now it's sad we're praising 1s. What the fuck? Alright, that's my argument, because Raw's about to start. Till next time, peace, yeah, bye.